A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. In our minds, we sometimes have associations. Sometimes these associations are negative. From the most simplest or innocent thing, we can derive negative connotations. For example, here's cotton. For some people, they can derive a positive connotation for cotton by using it to plug your ears, or even your nose, or even for cosmetics. This is cotton. Used in medical institutions around the world, as you know, cotton is invaluable. But for certain African Americans, the connotation of picking cotton is negative. Historically, African Americans have picked cotton for generations, and wages have been withheld from the African American community for the Afro Americans. They have not seen any form of reparations for their efforts and contributions to many existing companies. When we think of Muslim nations that are impoverished, we immediately think of Palestine and other Middle Eastern countries. Many of the Muslim NGOs, Islamic Relief, etc., many to name, have given lots of resources to Palestinian and Arab struggles. But today, brothers and sisters, I'm going to direct your attention to an important issue. We're talking of a nation that's slightly less than twice the size of Texas. A nation that's rich in uranium, gold, and coal. A nation with a population of 15 million people. A nation with 49% of its population between the ages of infancy and 14 years old. 48% between the ages of 16 and 64. The mean age in this nation is 15 years old, with an infant mortality rate of 116.6 per every 1,000 infants being born. The country is 80% Muslim, 20% Christian. The nation that I have described is Niger. When we think of suffering of the Muslim world, we should think of Niger. Over 4 years, Niger has seen a drought due to the situation that is evolving with globalization. Globalization and the warming of the earth, overgrazing, soil erosion, deforestation, and desertification. The biggest epidemic in Niger is the desertification. The lack of water for the past years has reduced the crop yields within Niger, affecting the livestock. There's been reports within the lands that they are littered with dead livestock, babies, bloated, unable to eat due to starvation. If desertification wasn't enough, many of the Niger people were hit by a lotus plague, small grasshopper-like insects which moved in and destroyed most of the remaining crops. This year, they did receive rain, but the rains came late, causing malaria and other diseases within the Niger nation. NGOs in the West have warned of an epidemic for more than 4 months. Many of the Muslims within North America and in Europe have ignored the call of their Muslim brothers and sisters. This epidemic can prove to do more damage to the people than a totalitarian state. This epidemic can prove to do more damage even over an interstate conflict amongst two factions of people. What this means is your brothers and sisters are starving in Niger. We can take Palestine and put it in one of our lower files and bring Niger up, because for only a little bit of money that you can invest within your Muslim community, you can organize funding to feed your brothers and sisters who deserve to be fed in Niger, hoping that the NGOs can reach the ones in the deep deserts. The ones that can't move, they, unfortunately, will die. Your brother Umar is bringing this up to the front page. The front page of my blog, in order for us to understand that Muslims are all over the world. But in this case, the ones that are suffering the most by thousands of percent over Palestine and many other parts of the world will definitely be Niger. Niger's situation, along with the lack of resources and water and food, is creating a global issue that has to be addressed, or the 15 million people within their inhabitants in that land can, and quite possibly, die off. NGOs cannot sustain every last person in the state. Therefore, your brother Umar is calling for all Western people who have morsels of grains and rice that they eat every day, McDonald's, Happy Meals. Put your pocket money aside, clean out your couch, and make a donation towards Niger with your favorite NGO or personally organizing it within the community. Next, be aware that if you can't do that, get on your knees and make dua for Niger and ask for relief. Because here in the States, we seem not to understand the importance of being thankful for something as simple as food and water. Reach a point of satisfaction and share what you have with your fellow brothers and sisters. This is Umar Abdurrahim signing out. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi